Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to my new subscribers. Today we will test my silicone inlays, these small silicone shells that I made by creating molds in Fimo clay. You can find the videos on my channel. There are the latest videos. So this time we will test them in the Jesmonite. um, I realize that even this one that does not seem too thick, well, it's actually too high. It goes over the edge of my mold. It's right on the surface of the mold, so the Jesmonite isn't going to cover it properly. So it's not going to do it. So I choose my long shell and my pointy shell, uh, like a Chinese hat. And this kind of thing I made that kind of looks like a Jersey mold. You know, those insert that form crystals. By the way, I don't remember how I made that one. I have to search in my memory. So I weighted my powder, 250 grams, and 100 grams of liquid. If you want to know how to measure Jesmonite quantities, I have a video that explains everything. You can find it in my Jesmonite playlist. I'm going to add white to my liquid because I want it to be as white as possible. So I pour some drops and yes, I mix it with my liquid. It's sometimes more easier in liquid. I take my whisk and mix it well. Last time I poured with a compartment cup. This time I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to try a kind of marbled look. So I pour my powder a little at a time to avoid lumps, as it is Jesmonite and not Eco Pour, which is more fluid and hardly makes lumps. I go in 2 or 3 times and we mix carefully with my little whisk. I add a little bit of white. You know that Jesmonite without pigment is rather pinkish beige. With the bottle, it's not obvious, but you can anyway up to 6 or 7 grams. It depends of the amount of Jesmonite, of course. Something unexpected has just happened to me. My camera stopped by itself. I started my video, I talked to you, I explained what I'm doing, and suddenly I realize that my camera has stopped. So I'll explain what I did. After preparing my Jesmonite, I added a few drops of 2 pigments. You will see them now. Just like I did with the other one, I will show you this one. I did this one, but there I was poured with my compartment cup. But here I made a marbled effect with my stick, and the colors are super pretty. I love these colors. However, you can see the blue much anymore. I tap to bring up the air bubbles, and I brought a lot of them to the surface. I hope it will be enough. my tapping. Anyway, now my Jesmonite is starting to harden. So I pop the bubbles with my little pick, and I cross my fingers not to have some on the edges. So we meet again in 30 minutes. That's to say, right now. I waited a big half hour. It's about cooled down, so let's see if it's right. Ah, I see a little thing I was worried about. Um, it wasn't sticking to my mold very well, these long shells, so I have a feeling I'm going to have some fun getting it off. So let's see with this little pick. The Jesmonite has, of course, seeped underneath and is blocking the insert a bit. It doesn't come off itself. The Jesmonite has, of course, seeped underneath and it's yes, I was expecting that. Hmm. And fortunately, I didn't wait too long. So now my other shell, it would be easier. Hmm? It's a bit resistant. I don't want to damage my inlays too much. Here too, the Jesmonite has seeped in a bit too. I've got like a lip on top. If I do silicone inlays again, I'll make sure to make them shallower. But it will come, yes. A little bit of effort. Okay, right. I have this lip around and I will have to sand it. So no problem with my greasy stuff. However, I'm seeing bubbles on the edges of the tray. So I'll have to sand down the edges of the shells here. It's true that the height of my inlays makes my cavities rather deep. But well, it's not too bad. No, I'm happy. And I'm happy because I still have all the details of my shell insert. I don't know if you can see. No, it's hard. All the stripes of my shell are well marked in the Jesmonite. The other one having almost no details originally, so I only have the shape. I'm going to sand down all of those edges well to make something clean. I was thinking with the long shell that I would have some Jesmonite going over it since it didn't adhere well to my mold. I knew I would have Jesmonite that would show through. Obviously, I have some bubbles, but I love the colors. I must be craving the sea to the beach. I have other little ideas in mind. I'm going to do some more molding as well. I have a lot of stuff to mold. That will be the subject of a future video. In the meantime, we need to finish this tray. Do some finishing touches because I don't like it the way it is. So we will finish it. Well, so let's finish this little tray and its inserts. I sanded down all around the shapes on the one hand to have softer edges and on the other hand to see the shapes better. And of course, I'm not going to leave my shells like that. So I thought, why not paint them? I'm going to use pearl metallic paints from Arteza, and I'm going to add some interference and chameleon powders to it. I don't know what it will do. I love to mix and match. Anyway, we'll see if it works. So I'm going to prepare my colors. I'll speed up the video so you don't get bored. I'm going to make my little mixes. And obviously you don't need much paint. So I have a lot of stuff in mind that I want to do. I don't know if I ever get there. So many things in my head. I have no idea what these powders will look like with paint, but hey, if you don't try, you not know. But I'm happy because I did choose that first shade. It looks perfectly like the pigment color of my Jesmonite.
Je vais passer à mon petit cône.
I check the edges carefully. I don't want to get any paint on the little tray. A little water and paper towel to clean it. So now I'll get to my little cone. I add the purple interference powder. I have absolutely no idea if it will make a difference. And I add chameleon powder violet too. Normally, these are powders for resin. The paint doesn't apply very well. It's slipping, so I'm going to tap with my brush. You can see the color is very nice. Yes, I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the other shell. This time I use electric blue. Oops! Got it! I got them all over. Oh no! I'll be back. Well, I fixed my mistakes. This kinds of protection on the bottles, it sings all at once. So, what a mess. I had some everywhere on my beautiful sweater that I use for my activity, and I think even in the nose. Uh, that's why it's important to wear a mask, and I don't have my mask. It's a mistake here. I really don't know what the result will be, but anyway, I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. Don't forget that the main thing is to have fun with what you're doing. We are not here to break our heads. You have to have fun doing what you are doing. If you are not having fun with what you are doing, take a break, do something else, and then come back. It happened to me. I put pressure on myself, constraints, and then I said stop. I stopped for a while, and then I came back, and the ideas came back too, because something you are dry, you don't know what to do anymore, so you have to leave everything aside and it starts again. I often get ideas at night instead of sleeping. Brainstorm. So here you have seen it's really pretty. My colors are great, very bright. I'm not sure what to do next. Do I use a metallic pencil along my cavities? But I'm not really sure how it will look. Maybe I'll leave it like that. Tell me what you think. The colors really are great. These pearl metallics from Arteza are very, very beautiful. I'm going to give you a close-up. Um, I don't know how it will look after it dries. I think I put a glossy varnish in the cavity and then I'll seal my tray. That's the plan. After that, I don't necessarily follow my plans. So this is what it looks like uh, up close. Come on, focus. Yes, yes. You can see it's shiny, very shiny. I think the chameleon powders are not visible, neither do the interference. Maybe it gave the paint a little extra pop. Either way, either way, I like it. The result is very, very nice. Yes, I'm not too unhappy with it. So I thank you for following me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a little comment. Take care of yourself and see you soon for new adventures. So now, bye.